Don't worry, I'm not dead. I'm back. Again, I don't have really much new stuff to talk about, and I definitely have not been listening to new releases at all. Pretty much have just taken a much needed mental health break, as everybody knows. If you are what is that, like a paid subscriber to my channel, I can't remember what it's called. I gave an update about what's going on with me in my life, my personal life. So if you want to know about that, go ahead and subscribe to my whatever, my members. There we go, my members portion. It's 99 cents a month. I'm gonna be doing like a video once a month for those paid people, so I appreciate you guys. I think I have like 10 of you or something like that, so thank you for that. But I do have two records that did come in the last couple of weeks that I have been holding off on talking about. Admittedly, I hadn't really listened to a whole lot. I did when I first got the promos for them, but since I've gotten them in, I have not. My listening room, I moved some stuff around. I've been organizing and cleaning out my collection again and selling off stuff and doing all that and getting rid of duplicates and everything. Just, if you're a collector, like, like Jurgen has been doing that. He's been selling off all of his like reissues and trying to get OGs, and I've been getting OG copies of stuff and spending quite a bit of money on them. And to make up for that, I've been selling off new releases that I don't give a shit about, if what format I have them on. So if I have them on tape, I'm selling my vinyl. If I have them on CD, I'm selling my vinyl, just to make up for that cost. And no, I don't have a death metal shirt on today. I have, if you know basketball, I have a basketball shirt on today. Just a very bumming it out, working from the couch, just taking my afternoon and pretty much just sitting in my pajamas all day. I don't do that very often. I usually wake up and get dressed right away, but today I just am pajama day. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I cannot promise you the next video that I have. I have a couple of ideas of what I'm going to do just to have content up and not be so completely gone. But if you've been interacting with me on Instagram, like I just am not really listening to anything. I did hear the new Ancient Death release that came out on Profound Lore, the new like single or whatever. I'm excited about that. That band is awesome. So looking forward to that. But for the most part, I'm just pretty much just off in a land of enjoying music to myself, not really promoting much right now, but I'll get back to my normally scheduled life soon, but for now, I just have been enjoying my time off of camera and listening to these things. But I do want to talk about these two things. So first, I'll get started with this one. This is one that relatively came out not too long ago. Let's see. It was one of the first releases that I had on pre-order for this year. It came out on January 3rd, so it's been out for over a month now. But this is Mutagenic Host, the Diseased Machine on Gurgling Gore and Dry Cough Records. So it was a split release. So Dry Cough has their own versions, and then Gurgling Gore released their own stuff too. So this is a band out of the UK. And this is their first full-length album. Pretty good death metal album. Very catchy, very hooky. It's not too swampy or dirgy. Has its moments there, but yeah, this is really good. It's a fun album. I've been listening to it for a while, and finally the vinyls came. They were delayed a little bit. But so if you ordered it on cassette, you got it like almost immediately, but these were delayed, so they finally came in. I guess the mock-up was different than what it was supposed to look like, and like Ryan from Gurgling Gore sent out an email that was like, hey, the mock-ups look different, but I think that they actually turned out pretty good, and I agree. I liked the color of it, but yeah, so here is the album artwork. Looks very similar to Obscene, their newest album that came out last year. That's what it reminds me of. And then here is the back. There you go. You've got the Gurgling Gore and Dry Cough Records logos there from the split release. And then you do get a really nice flooding of purple. I don't know if you can see that. The camera might not grab that, but I like just a nice little additional detail that I really enjoy. And then the printed inner sheet of the lyrics, and then the credits and another band photo. So again, they're from the UK. They have a couple of singles and a demo out, which immediately I've never heard any of them. This is the first time I've ever heard of this band, but I really, really enjoy them. So UK death metal, representing very well here. The artwork is done by Mark Cooper. So yeah, did he do Obscene too? He might have. I can't remember. But it's a pretty cool piece of art right there. I like their logo too. Very, very detailed. There's a lot of little Easter eggs that you might not catch at first glance, like right here. Like this, whatever that is, the guts of the bodies like coming off some sort of conveyor belt. But yeah, very sci-fi type of feel for this album. But yeah, this is a killer album. Really good debut. Probably gonna be one of the better releases this year. Again, I don't really know too much about what's coming out this year. I've just been so not following it. It's weird. I'm not used to this at all. Like, I'm very much, for the last like 10 years or so, have always like been keeping up with the releases that are coming out every Friday, listening to them, and just that is not what I've been doing. So it's kind of been a weird change, but at the same time, also good. It's been doing me good. I don't know. But yeah, pick this up. I think it's still available. I don't think it's sold out yet. I'll link in the description where you can listen to it and buy it, as always. And then finally, I'm going to talk about is the band Phrenelith. Simon Explosive Action did the review over on Heavy Metallurgy. I will link that. Their newest album is finally out, and this was one that I was really pumped for because I am a huge fan of their last two releases that they've put out. Now, Chimera came out back in 2021. Talked about it on this channel. I think I only had the tape then, but I recently, within the last couple of years, picked up the vinyl. And this was put out on, was it Nuclear Winter? Yeah, Nuclear Winter. So they bounced back and forth. Their first release, their first full-length Desolate Endscape, came out in 2017. Very good. I was a huge fan of this album. But I think now that they're on their third full-length, the third full-length that they put out so far is their best. But they were on MSUO for this one, and then they went to Nuclear Winter, and now they're back on MSUO for that. So I figured I'd just talk a little bit about the newer release. Simon pretty much summed it up perfectly in his review about what to expect. The band is from Denmark, and if you're not familiar, this is David's other band, David from Undergang and Extremely Rotten Productions and Sequestrum and all those other bands that he's in. This is his other band, and admittedly, this is probably my favorite band that he has. Yeah, I love Undergang, but I think Phrenelith is probably my favorite project that he does. Chimera is just an absolutely devastatingly good album. So just suffocating and crushing and heavy as hell. I was such a huge fan of this when it came out. I still was listening to this quite a bit. And then when they announced that the new release was coming out on MSUO called Ashen Womb, I was so pumped. So it's finally here. Jesus over at MSUO sent this to me early, and unfortunately I kind of went into my slumber and didn't promote it early enough. This came out on February 7th, so it's been out for about a week or two now. But it's finally here. I'll finally talk about it. So this is admittedly, I think, their best album now. It's still very much Phrenelith. It still sounds like them. They haven't changed their sound a whole lot, but in terms of like the songs and just the overall atmosphere and feel of this album, I like it a lot. I think there's a little bit more maturity in the songwriting. And I've just, it's such a good album. I remember as soon as I got the promo, I listened to it, I was like, right away I knew that I was going to like this. So this is also a split release with Dark Descent. I think they put out the CD, which MSU and Dark Descent are basically like the 1-2 punch now when it comes to these releases. Oddly enough, it came in a different style of sleeve. Usually these aren't the styles of sleeves that MSU releases come in, so I was shocked by that. I might change it out though, because that's some really thick glue, like really strong glue, and it's kind of a pain in the ass to open. But this is a matte jacket, which I'm used to more of a glossier style with MSUO, but they went the matte route this way, and it actually is really nice. The artwork is so good. I think it fits the artwork better in regards to that matte feel. Just a nitpicky thing that I noticed. And then you also get a couple of goodies here. Is that everything? Yeah. You get like this. He actually one print inner sheet. I just realized he wrote me a note, and that's what I kept in the in the jacket. He put it on like some sort of a other release. But yeah, you get a printed inner sheet here of the lyrics and some more artwork, and then on the back more artwork and then some credits. Now the artwork that was done by this, the cover artwork and the insert artwork, is done by David Colomba, and then yeah, so he looks like he did all of this artwork, so pretty cool. I'm not too familiar with his work. Maybe I am, I just don't recognize the name. But it's cool. It's like a very, so it's like a volcano, and you kind of have to look at this a little bit more, and what looks like, I thought these were like dolphins and whales, but obviously it's not. Like right here, you see these. I'm like, oh, they're blowing up the ocean, but no, I don't think that's what it is. I think it's just like a layering, like a glow ring around the volcano. But anyway, pretty cool album artwork. Definitely reminds me a bit of the first release that they put out. Now, of course, there was a color copy. Get back in there. There was a color copy, and then there's plain black. When I ordered this, I ordered it directly from MSUO, not on Bandcamp. And I, of course, I got the orange copy. I'm not too sure if these are still available. Black is always around. You can almost always find the black copies of an MSUO release. So, and then this side. So, goes really nice with the cover art. So, yeah, fantastic album. I'll save all of the nitty-gritty details on it for you guys to go watch Simon's review. But I love it. I think it's a great album. Like I said, it's my favorite one so far in their catalog. Just awesome band all around. Huge fan of this album. Probably going to be pretty high up there on the year-end list if I ever get around to listening to other new releases. I mean, it's only February, so what's the rush, right? But yeah, I'm alive. Cannot promise you the next video that's coming up next. I've got a couple of ideas. I'm starting to get more motivation again. But yeah, until then, I'll see you guys in the next one.